Hey guys, if we reach 1,000 likes, we'll be giving out 2 of our new shirts. All you gotta do is click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Hey, guess who's back? It is me, your lovely host, Faith and Moliminous. What is up, guys? I am back to you guys with another top 10. I know I've been letting my crew kill this game for the last few weeks here, and they have absolutely been doing an amazing job. I hope you guys have been enjoying their work as much as I've been enjoying working with them. There is so much stuff coming in the pipeline from them. Let's go ahead, because I hate ad revenue, by the way, and go ahead and talk about the top 10 furries in TV shows and gaming. Obviously, this is just my list, and it's obviously a pandering list to the furries so that they like this video. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like this video. And it's by no means an exclusive list. It's just like my list is perfection, my list is God. While your waifus may be objectively shit compared to mine, that doesn't mean you're wrong for having those bad opinions. Number 10, Coco Bandicoot, which has a slash that says proof of God's failure. I'm not sure who put that there. Wasn't me, but that is hilarious, and I can't say that you're necessarily wrong. Well, if those of you guys who don't know her, she's Crash's younger sister, the sidekick of the group. Pretty much she's like the Tails, the Sonic in this scenario. She makes all these gadgets and inventions that allows him to pretty much circumvent all these plot holes and plot devices, etc, etc. She does stuff with the wrenches and the hammers and the welding to make Crash's life a little bit easier. She appeared in like the second game, and because I was a little babbo when this game came out, I don't have any first-hand experience or knowledge of this, so pretty much if I was to detail you anything, I'd literally just be reading the wiki, and you don't come here for me to read the wiki. I'm not Tootsie Roll. But here's a fun little detail that I did not know. It turns out bandicoots are an actual thing in this universe. I have no idea if they're an actual species or not. I'm not a biologist, I'm a computer science major. I study real science. But apparently they were genetically modified, so they're not even just, like, they are but apparently they were like actual animals. That makes a lot of the lewd fan art of her that's out there really weird. I don't know how to feel about that. Number 9, Fluttershy. Obviously I have to put at least like one pony on this so I can put in a thumbnail and people will click on it, because my channel is mainly pony, and this gives a nice little gateway for them to click on. What other YouTuber is going to be this upfront with you guys? Smash that like button, buy our merch, support us on Patreon. And while fans of MLP are pretty much just diet furries, the characters themselves fit perfectly into this mode of a typical furry character. I choose Fluttershy specifically because, love her or hate her, she is officially the most popular character, at least according to official polls done by the Hub. Rest in peace, press F to pay respects, only on the Hub. She's a shy and cute little pony, always trying to please everyone around her, even at the expense of herself. And this shy nature causes all the inner white knights to come out of every beta male who watches the show to leap to her defense and defend her honor. You will not hurt this smile. I will fight you for this smile. However, I will admit she's gone through some changes over the few years. Granted, it took her quite a few years to actually develop a backbone, but she eventually did evolve. Though to be fair, it took the human species like millions of years to develop one. She's able to actually speak up and say, hey, no, stop it. Sugoi. Number 8, Number 8, Carmelita Fox, aka Build the Wall Now. There's an old trope in all forms of media where there's a female who wants to follow in the footsteps of her father who's a cop, but everyone tells her she can't do it because she's a girl, and that's not what girls do, and she should just go back home and make them some sandwiches. Then the female goes off and proves them wrong by being one of the best and top cops. This story is not indicative of reality at all, but this character is to the T that. She follows her father's profession of being a cop and graduates top of her class, then joins the Interpol division where she meets Sly Cooper. Probably while he's robbing something. Again, I never actually played the games. I'm a poser. Sorry, please no bully. And with him being the main character, obviously now her life revolves around him. Because, you know, nothing says an empowering story about females and respecting women like making their life revolve around other men. Oh boy. Number 7, Minerva Meet. This one is one of the core Warner Brothers characters. You know, those old shows like Wacko Dacko Dot? Wacko Macko? Wacko Sacko? I don't remember the characters. Guys, I'm like 16. Why do you expect me to know all these ancient cartoons? But she was originally supposed to be a naked character. You know, back because, you know, she doesn't have any genitalia showing, and a lot of times it was a toss-up between whether or not the female would wear clothes, because oftentimes the males did it. Or they would just wear pants, or only a shirt and no pants, which really caused them to question the lewdness of the show when some characters wear pants and others don't. Anyways, they clearly couldn't make her naked because she's just obscenely curvy, and all her jokes happen to be innuendos. In fact, so much so that she couldn't even appear in many of the skits that other characters did. She appears in the least amount of shows compared to anyone else because of this. In fact, her last episode, her ending, her sending off, they have to censor it because of how many shots focused on her boobs or her butt and how many innuendo jokes were in this. Again, they were making this show for kids, like little kids. I mean, geez, fair enough. People think I'm over-sexualized, but Warner Brothers, they straight up do not give an F word that if I say, I will be instantly demonetized. Not like I haven't already. Number 6, Judy Hopps. Whew, wait, what's this? What's this? I'm getting flashbacks to earlier people on this list, like number 8. You're telling me this female who wants to become a cop when society tells her not to be because she can't do it? Well, Not in current year, you can't tell a female she can't do something, except in Zootopia, there's a literal legitimate reason as to why this female shouldn't be able to do this stuff. And it's not because she's female, it's because she's a bunny rabbit in a world of predators who routinely rip out the throats of bunnies and devour them. So unless you're into that, which, god damn it, I know you guys actually are, I wish I didn't know that. DeviantArt gives me, like, Vietnam flashbacks. Zootopia blew up in coverage and popularity, not only because it's complete furry bait, but because it's literal furry bait. In fact, they would actually retweet people who would take pictures of the posters and promotional goods well in their fursuits, because they totally knew that they could use the furry fandom to get more views and more people buying tickets, which totally worked. And then they actually had to deal with the consequences of what that entailed, which meant massive amounts of prawn on Fur Affinity. Number 5, Lola Bunny. Lola is a bit of a polarizing character. She's been around for so long, I guess it makes sense that they decide to give her a rework every now and then. But she went from being like the girl next door to being the literal girl who is buying the house next door just so she can be closer to you and have easier routes to sneak into your house and steal your underwear. That's pretty much what she is. If you've seen Aho Girl, that recent anime from this season, she's pretty much that girl. In fact, she's just as dumb. But Lola is a kind of classic character. My favorite iteration probably would be Space Jam, like an interpretation of her, and I think that's for obvious reasons. I'm just being honest, guys. Number 4, Gadget. Remember the Rescue Rangers? Well, that was probably one of my main shows I watched growing up, and probably the most popular character on there was Gadget, probably because, again, she was the only girl in the group. But she's another Tails type character, creating all kinds of inventions that literally defy the laws of physics. But that aside, Gadget has a nice little jumpsuit motif. She's a mouse, and I don't know if there's normal animals in this world or not, but it seems like everything's about pretty much anthropomorphic. There's never really any backstory that I can recall from her. I don't think there's any secret history, and that's actually kind of sad. While eye candy and service people are great and whatnot, there is some sort of story that most people like to see, even if it's the bare minimum. She has a personality, but there's never really any arc or change, and that's pretty much the same thing with a lot of these older shows. Yes, I realize I'm going on a tangent here, but this is a Moliminous video. What do you expect? Number 3, Sally Acorn. Gotta go fast. Sally is from the original Sonic, back before Sonic sucked, you know, and back before they enforced females should probably wear pants and a shirt and not just the vest. I think they'd have to change her character a bit, especially because she's pretty curvy. But she's not just looks, she is definitely actually interesting character. She was the ruler of the kingdom, but the kingdom is being pretty much usurped by Dr. Eggman in the comics at least. And she's a freedom fighter now. She's literally a freedom fighter. One man's freedom fighter is another person's terrorist. So, you could technically say Sega created a terrorist character. If her name doesn't tip you off, she is in fact a squirrel. I can't remember if she's a flying squirrel or some sort of weird gimmick like that. It would make sense because, you know, the games rely on different gimmicks for other characters to make them somewhat interesting to play, but I don't think she is. So I could be completely wrong on that. Again, I played the original Sonic games, but I didn't actually start paying attention to them until like Sonic Adventure 2. I didn't even know the original Adventure. When I started playing the Dreamcast, it was Adventure 2 was already out. But she's pretty much just a strong, independent squirrel who don't need no nuts. Number 2. Renamon. I don't think she needs any introduction to the furries. I believe Renamon is part of the trifecta. Another person on the trifecta is on this list, number 1. But Renamon has had so much artwork drawn of her. She is probably a lot of people's introduction into the furry fandom, for better or for worse. She's definitely got a unique character design. She's one of the fox creatures in Digimon. She's got a very Susandre attitude. I know I get lambasted every time I say that word. I don't speak Japanese, all right? I speak Mandarin. I don't speak Japanese. No, not all Asian languages are the same. I'm sorry to bust your anime watching bubbles, guys. So you know what I'm trying to say? She's got that very standoffish, very cool attitude, very it's not like I like you or anything baka attitude. So does her trainer, but we can't talk about her because I don't know how old she is. She's definitely one of mine. Digimon was definitely a show that I enjoyed a lot more than Pokemon. And I know that's kind of a controversial opinion. I know Pokemon obviously is a lot bigger, but Digimon was the one that I really gravitated to. I felt it had more interesting characters, and I thought the dynamics between trainer and, well, trainee, I guess, I don't want to say slave, because PETA will probably take offense to that, was a lot better because the trainee could actually interact with the trainer. They could literally voice their thoughts instead of just saying their name over and over and over. And the number 1 spot goes to Crystal Fox. Again, part of the trifecta of lewdness, which would be Renamon, Crystal Fox, and Princess Peach. Those are pretty much the most lewd characters in all of existence. I would bet money on that. I'm pretty sure you guys already know that. I'm pretty sure so does Zone Dawn. But that aside, Crystal Fox is from the Star Fox universe, who's actually a fox. Little known fact, Star Fox isn't actually his name. That's just the name of the game. His name is Fox McCloud. It's not much better, but you know, his name isn't Star Fox. I'm saying this like I'm an authority on the games, or like I actually knew this. I didn't. I only figured this out from people who were making fun of other people who thought his name was Star Fox. I totally thought his name was Star Fox too. She kind of looks like if Pocahontas made a furry OC. You know, that's if she had a fursona, Crystal Fox would be her fursona. You know what they say about foxes. But hey, that's gonna do it for me. It's good to be back, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comment section which ones were your favorites, what furry characters did you guys grow up watching, and it's been Faith, guys. Peace and limb out. I'll see you in the next one. Woo! I do it for the love, for the